Hey guys, it's SkylerTube HD here again, so welcome to another awesome top video today. This time I'll be talking my favorite Disney voice actor, telling you the tallest people and oldest people who ever lived. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and subscribe and leave a like and comment and such. Check out my channel, it's really awesome. Well, my favorite Disney voice actor would be David Ogden Stiers, because he's the voice in Cogsworth the Clock and Beauty and the Beast, 1991, and he voiced it Archidon in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and he also voiced it in Dr. Dumba in Lilo and Stitch, and he voiced it Governor Ratcliffe in Pocahontas. Take a look at some of your favorite David Ogden Stiers roles. Anyways, this is an awesome memory to remember David Ogden Stiers. He was born in 1942 and died in 2018 of this year at 75 years old. So please take a look.
As you can see, the studio thesaurus stripped away to reveal a minimalist rococo design. Note the unusual inverted vaulted ceiling. This is yet another example of the neoclassic Baroque spirit. And as I always say, if it's not Baroque, don't fix it. As you were. Now then, if I may draw your attention to the flying buttons above the, mademoiselle.
Don't lose heart, men. It won't be long before we reach the new world. And remember what awaits us there. Freedom, prosperity, the adventure of our lives. You're the finest crew England has to offer, and nothing, not wind, nor rain, nor 1,000 bloodthirsty savages shall stand in our way. Frodo, you will not touch her. Don't worry. Minister Frodo learned years ago to respect the sanctity of the church. Don't act rashly, my child. You created quite a stir at the festival. It would be unwise to arouse Frodo's anger. You can't right all the wrongs of this world by yourself.
No one out there is going to help, that's for sure.
Well, perhaps there's someone in here who can. What you see before you is the first of a new species. I call it Experiment 626. He is bulletproof, fireproof, and can think faster than supercomputers. He can see in the dark and move objects 3,000 times his size. His only instinct to destroy everything he touches.
So it is a monster.
Just a little one.
As you are all aware, park attendance has been declining for years. With no visitors, I'm basically just paying you boys to babysit Pops at this point. With that in mind, I've decided to shut down the park. One ugly guy plotting revenge on my son for the last 4 years isn't enough to keep the park open. You guys all had a good run, but I'm afraid you're all tired. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go rig a yacht race. Look, it'll take a week for the paperwork to go through, but if you can get attendance up, I might reconsider. But I'm talking about real park visitors, not a bunch of weirdos hiding out in the bushes.
And thanks to David Ogden Stiers for all the great memories. We'll miss you. Okay guys, now it's time to talk about the 10 tallest people who ever lived. Bernard Coyne. Born on July 27, 1897, Coyne is one of only 17 individuals in medical history to have stood 8 feet tall or more. The Guinness Book of World Records stated that he was revealed induction into the Army in 1918 when he stood a height of 7 feet 9 inches. Coyne's World War I draft registration card dated August 29, 1980, was his height as 8 feet, although he had reached a height of 82 inches by the time of his death in 1921. Don Kohner. Born on September 1st, 1929 in USA, Kohner and his twin sister were born to parents of above average height. He started out normal period growth when he was 10 years old. He was generally recognized as the tallest man in the world from at least 1969 until his death in 1981. At one time, Conus stood 8 feet 2 inches tall, a result of the medical condition occurring giantism, Vicus Upper. Born in 1986, Vicus Upper was a native and resident of India and said to be India's tallest man until his death on June 30, 2007, when he died during the fatal brain tumor operation in India. On January 22, 2004, the tumor reported him to be 8 feet 3 inches tall and still growing. Being in his late teens. On June 10, 2005, RedFactCom wrote him to 8 feet 10 inches tall. Sultan Kosun. Born December 1982, Sultan Kosun is a Turkish farmer who holds the Guinness World Record for tallest living male at 8 feet 3 inches. Kosun lives with his parents, 3 brothers and sisters who are all of a normal height. He was unable to complete his education because of his height, so instead works part-time as a farmer. His growth resulted from two affecting his pituitary gland. His stature is such that he must use crutches in order to walk. Edward Bibber. Edward was the eldest of 20 people born to the father Gaspard Bibber and his mother voiced in Canada. Bibber was a circus and freak show giant, wrestler, strongman, stunt, Barnum, and Bailey circus, all known as the Will Bunch Giant. Edward measured 7 feet 8.1 inches with an arm span of 8 feet 20 inches and known as the tallest strongman as well as tall wrestler. In history. His death certificate described him as being 8 feet 3 inches tall and still growing. Vilhelm Marin, born February 1929 in Finland, Marin was China was one time the world's tallest person. He stood 7 feet 3 inches at the age of 21, but experienced his second phase growth in his late 30s, an height of 8 feet 3 inches. Marin is considered the tallest soldier ever served in the Finnish Design Forces. Regional Stanek. Born August 5, 1970, Stanek was a Ukrainian man who stood at 8 feet 5 inches. Started after brain surgery at the age of 14, which he developed upon the gland over the cause of gland because it couldn't measure the growth hormone. This resulted in what doctors describe as gigantism. Stanek died at the age of 44 on August 23, 2014 from a brain hemorrhage. Number 3, John Carroll. Born 1932 in USA, Carroll suffered from severe two spinal cord and augmented gigantism. He had a standing height of 8 feet. On October 14, 1959, he had been 8 feet 7 inches augmented curvature spine. His weight measured 7 feet 10.5 inches. In 1968, he had shrunk in stature due to his spinal condition. Carroll died in 1969 at the age of 37. Number 2, John Rogan. Born February 16, 1865 in USA, John Rogan was the fourth of 12 children. Rogan began to grow very rapidly at the age of 13 with echinosis. Already accustomed to walking only with the aid of crutches, by 1882 he could not stand or walk at all. He continued to grow until his death. At the time he measured 8 feet 9 inches tall, but weighed only 150, making him the tallest person of African descent and the second tallest person ever recorded. Robert Wadlow. Also known as the Alton Giant and the Giant of Illinois, Wadlow was the tallest person recorded history for one. There's irrefutable evidence. Born February 22, 1918, Wadlow reached 8 feet 11.1 inches in height and weighed 2.39 waves at age 22. His great height is continued to height altered with how he's going because of the height of gland of human growth Hober. He's shown induction to end of growth even at time of death is 1940. Okay, done with the tallest people ever. Now it's time for the 10 oldest people who ever lived. Gladys Hooper was born January 18th, 1903. Gladys Hooper was the oldest living person in the United Kingdom. She was born in Dulwich, South London. Gladys Hooper met Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb, and went to school with Amy Johnson, the first person to fly from England to Australia. Gladys Hooper was also a pianist and played with famous artists. She had one child named Eric, who followed her in the footsteps of becoming a pilot. She was a pilot during the First World War. Goldie Mikkelsen was born August 8, 1902. She was 113 years old at her death. Her family immigrated to Rochester, Massachusetts when she was at the age of 2 from Russia. Goldie attended Pembroke College and graduated with a sociology degree in 1924. Pembroke is now part of Brown University. She married a real estate developer named David Mikkelsen. They ended up having one daughter named Renee. She had a love for theater and has a passion for walking. She walks up to 5 miles every morning. Nabita Tajima is the 4th oldest Japanese person ever recorded. She was born August 4th, 1900. Chidimi was born in Erikton, was a part of that team at Imant, and still resides there. She had 9 children and over 140 descendants, including great-great-great-grandchildren. Violet Brown. Violet Brown is the second oldest living person in the world at 117. She is Jamaican and the last living person to exceed Queen Victoria. She was one of 4 children. She was born to John Moss, who was the sugar boiler, and Elizabeth Riley. She was baptized by the church at the age of 13. Violet Brown married Gerson Gaynor Brown and had 1 daughter. Yasutaro. Yasutaro was born March 13th, 1903. Yasutaro was born in the year that Wright brothers created the first airplane and the year the tourist defense cycling started to take place. He worked as a tailor for men's clothing department in Fuki. He eventually moved to Nagoya, Ichi, Japan when she was much older, so that he could be closer to his daughter. In his eyes, the key to living a long life is to never overdo things, and he passed away on January 19th, 2016. Jiroiman Kimura. Jiroiman was born April 19th, 1897. The year that Queen Victoria reigned the British Empire, Kimura was very grateful to miss childhood killers such as drug rapists and pneumonia, which has caused the life speculations of Bakira to be at the very low age of 44. He became the world's oldest man in history on December 28, 2012. He was at the age of 115 years old. He was admitted for pneumonia before passing away in June 12, 2013. Susanna Mushat Jones. Susanna Mushat Jones lived to be 116 years old. She died in Brooklyn, New York on May 12, 2013. Her daily breakfast routine was bacon, eggs, and grits. Along with her breakfast, her solution to living long was a while sleep. She lived across 3 centuries and was born in a small farm town in Montgomery, Alabama in July 1899. She moved to New York and earned $7 a week as a child care provider and a housekeeper for the family. Susanna wanted to become a teacher and accepted to the Institute Teachers program, but the family at the time could not afford to transfer to schools. Her key to living long was to never drink or smoke. She would surround herself with love and positive energy, which is the secret to living a long line of happiness. Emma Morano, born November 29, 1899, is the last living person from her time period and the last oldest living person in the world. She was 117 at her death. In 1938, a marriage wrapped up ending following the death of her infant son. She also has a lot of monkey genetics that most likely came to play. Morano worked in factories making jute bags and then eventually works at a hotel. She was still working past retirement age. Her diet consists of 2 raw eggs a day and 100 grams of steak each day. She was suggested that diet decades ago to a contract anemia. She enjoys homemade applesauce and now lives in a 1-bedroom apartment in the Onura. She has a caregiver and 2 nieces that visit her daily. Lee Chin-yuen, the oldest man in the world, is 56 years old. Lee Chin-yuen started his Air Force career at 10 years old. He began herms in the mountain ranges. At the age of 71, he joined Chinese armies as a teacher for martial arts. He married 23 times and fathered over 200 children. The calm and peace of mind with breathing techniques were his secret to longevity. Jean-Louise Calment was born in Arles, France, on February 21, 1875. She eventually passed away on August 4, 1997. She was born the year before Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. She witnessed the airplane and the cinema in her lifetime. She was lucky enough to meet Vincent van Gogh at the age of 13. Apparently, Jean-Louise Calment was not impressed by him at all. At the age of 121 years old, she released 2 CDs titled Time's Mistress, and at least 5 of her books have been released. Her husband was killed in 1942 at the age of 46 due to spoiled preserved cherries. She rode bicycles until 100 years old, and she started taking fencing lessons at 85. She eventually quit smoking at the age of 119 because her doctors get worried because she would be too blind to light up a cigarette all by herself. Anyways, that was a look back at the oldest people who ever lived, the tallest people who ever lived, and my favorite Disney voice actor in classic hand-drawn films. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're brand new, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.